Are you out there shopping for a new SUV? Are you concerned about losing your shirt when you go to sell it? I got the top 10 best and worst SUVs for resale value. I'm going to tell you what those are coming up right now. Hey, it's Tim Esterdahl, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and my passion is trucks and SUVs. If that's your passion too, hit subscribe, click the bell, and smash the like button because you like this video. Also, keep in mind that I have content like this. I do depreciation, I do crash testing, I do reliability. So you really, if you're curious about this kind of stuff, I have this videos on my channel. I have playlists set up that cover these topics. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the 10 best and 10 worst for resale value in SUVs. Now, this study comes from iSeeCars.com, and I'm going to put an image on the screen that talks about methodology, yeah, I can say that word, of this study, and explains where the study came from. So basically, they looked at the last 5 years of car sales. They looked at new car pricing, they subtracted from the resale value and came up with a percentage of what you're going to see loss and gain. Now, one note I want to make sure I cover on this, I didn't quite cover in another video I did about trucks, which I'll link above, is that this doesn't take enough impact incentives. So if you're going to get incentives from the dealer, it's going to help soak up some of this resale loss. So if you have a big incentive on a vehicle, it's really going to help out long term. However, this is really a good benchmark before you start shopping, understand what vehicles to look for and what vehicles to avoid if you're concerned with resale value. Now, car shopping is always emotional, so if you just love the car, well, just going to buy the car. But if you want to sit back and do, pencil to paper and really make a plan on what makes most sense from an economic standpoint, then this video is going to be really informative for you. So let's go ahead and start. I'll put the chart on the screen and we'll start talking about the vehicles, images up there, and we'll go through these one by one. All right, let's go over this list. So let's start with number 10, work our way down 10 to 1 on the lowest depreciating SUVs, and we'll get to the ones that have the highest depreciating here in a second. Number 10 is going to be the Subaru Outback. Now, if you've ever been in Colorado, you know the Subaru Outback reigns in Colorado and Vermont and the Northwest up in Portland. It's one of those vehicles that, goodness, you just see all over the place. So it comes in at 50.1% average 5-year depreciation. The SUV average, I should get this too, is 51.6, which is interesting. That's that's 9 points lower or higher than the trucks. So trucks come in at 42% of losing value over 5 years, and SUVs lose 51.6. So a little bit more, considerably more than trucks are. Number 9, the Toyota Land Cruiser. Yes, the beastly $80,000, $90,000, whatever you priced out to. Toyota Land Cruiser comes in number 9, 48.6% of its value lost. What's interesting is the Land Cruiser and Subaru, you could say as well, have a cult following. Subaru Outback, definitely Subies have a cult following. Toyota Land Cruisers have a cult following as well. So definitely you can see them both having a lot of less depreciation due to, well, their fan base. Number 8, and number 7 are kind of a tie. I'll kind of put them together, talk to them together here. It's Mercedes-Benz G-Class. Yes, the G-Wagon. There's an AMG version that gets 49.9% depreciation, and the non-AMG version gets 45.2%. So basically about the same. So depending what performance version you want to buy, the AMG is performance model. This is basically due to the fact that, well, it's a status symbol. It's a body-on-frame, rugged off-road vehicle. It's been the same for a decade. I mean, it hasn't really changed. Same with Land Cruiser. Same with the Outback. There is a new Outback, but they've kind of been the same for years now. The Mercedes-Benz has, like I said, been all over LA. I think you see more driving down Rodeo Drive than you see driving in the desert, but that's just my own take on them. And so they haven't really done anything with them. I know there's a new one that's out, but that older one has just been the same boxy, body-on-frame, rugged SUV for many years. So it retains a good resale value. Number 6 is the Honda CR-V with 44.9% average 5-year depreciation. And to me, this is really good. Honda CR-Vs, I mean, I've owned them. I see them all over the place. They have really good reliability. They have a lot of good resale because of reliability. And they're one of Honda's top sellers. And so there's a good reason why people like this SUV. It's a good price point, and it's the reason why it sells and the reason why it retains its resale value so well. Number 5. Toyota Highlander. Yes, another Toyota makes a product list here. We have a 44.6% average 5-year depreciation. The Highlander has been updated. I'm going to go drive one in 1st of December. And so they have a new Highlander out, but it's been the same kind of design. It's been, again, a reliable vehicle. 3-row. It's kind of deceiving. It doesn't look like it's that wide, but it actually has plenty of room inside, and it just checks all the boxes. Number 4, hey look, another Toyota RAV4 this time. 44.6 actually ties with Toyota Highlander. I'm not sure how IC Cars decided to do a list here and how that differences with 4 or 5, but anyways, both Toyota products. The RAV4 is actually, I think, now one of Toyota's best-selling vehicles. I think it passed the Camry a few times or came close to it. SUV is just hot. The RAV4 is hot. They've updated it several times over the years, and it just has a good reliability behind it. People think a lot it's going to last for a long time. Same as the CRV. Good reliability, I should be saying here. I need a little more coffee this morning, apparently. So it's got good reliability, and people just seem to they like that size, and that size is just very popular. So you have a lot of volume, you have a lot of reliability, and you have a lot of desire for that vehicle, which really helps with depreciation. Number 3. It's another Toyota. Yep, Toyota 4Runner. This comes at 36.5% average 5-year depreciation. The 4Runner, like the Mercedes-Benz G-Wagons we talked about earlier, body on frame, iconic vehicle, has lots of people lusting after that. It's one of those things. It's like a covered mid-sized truck. You have the back end. You can just throw a bunch of stuff in there, go camp for the weekend. You can haul stuff around. It's just one of those stalwart vehicles. Good ride clearance, good reliability, and good off-road credibility. So 36.5% average 5-year depreciation for the 4Runner. Number 2 and number 1 are basically the same, and so I'm going to kind of spoil the beans here and tell you they're both about the same because they're the same vehicle. Yes, the Jeep Wrangler. We have the Jeep Wrangler coming at 31.5%, and the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited comes at 30.0%. So 30% average 5-year depreciation. So think about this. The average for SUVs is 51.6. The Wrangler comes in at 30%. That's 21% lower. And compared to our chart yesterday with Toyota Tacoma, it beats the Tacoma as well. So Wranglers, I mean, people lust after these things. What's interesting with Wranglers, it's not known as a reliable vehicle, and actually my reliability videos I've done on it doesn't rank really well. However, people love to modify them, people love to buy them. They're a fun lifestyle vehicle. You can lift them, you can lower them, you can go off-road in them, you can drive them around the mall. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff with them, and people don't mind that they just don't seem like they hold up that well because, well, they're just a lot of fun. Okay, let's look at the bad boys. Yes, these are the highest depreciating SUVs. These are the ones that people have just lost their butt on after they've bought it. So we're going to start with number 10, work on the number 1 like we did the lowest depreciating. Remember, the SUV average is 51.6. Number 10 is the Infiniti QX80. It comes in at 63.4% of the average 5-year depreciation. And looking at this list, I'll kind of give you a cheat here that we're going to see a lot of luxury vehicles because luxury vehicles have a higher price point when you buy them. On the secondary market, they don't hold the value that well. So nothing against Infiniti here. The QX80 is just a large luxury SUV, and people just don't want to spend that much money on it as far as a used one. Number 9, the BMW X1 comes at 63.4%. This is a smaller BMW SUV, and frankly, I don't think it's very attractive, and I don't think it's just not something lusting after. I think that hurts us quite a bit. Number 8, the Audi Q7 comes at 63.5%. Again, a large SUV that just doesn't perform well on the used car market. Number 7, the Cadillac Escalade ESV. This comes in at 63.6%. This is the ESV. It's a body style on this, a trim level on this Cadillac Escalade. And again, large 3-row SUV, not holding its value very well. 63.6%. Number 6, the BMW X6. This is 63.8%, and it's just, I don't know, it seems like it's the BMW X1 as well. The BMW just doesn't hold its value very well on this chart. Number 5, the Infiniti QX60. Pretty close to its bigger QX80, 0.5% away, but again, the vehicle's not holding its value. Number 4, and this is a bit of a surprise to me, the GMC Yukon XL comes at 64.4%. So a new Yukon XL, as the CEO of IC Cars says, a new Yukon XL is a high average price of $66,488. so it's no surprise that it drastically depreciates the luxury vehicle would. The Yukon XL is also a common livery vehicle, so its high mileage likely brings down its price. So there you go. So people are using it for limo services and driving people around, which really hurts depreciation because of high mileage. Number 3, BMW X3. This is the third BMW on our list. 65.1% average 5-year depreciation. What's with the BMWs? We have an explanation from the CEO again. He says the high maintenance and repair costs of German vehicles like BMWs leads to a high depreciation of those vehicles. There you go. Costs a lot to repair. Number 2, Lincoln Navigator. 65.7%. So that has done a little bit worse than the Cadillac Escalade and a little bit worse than GMC Yukon. What's interesting is number 1 is the Lincoln MKT at 66.1%. So Lincoln's top our list of being the worst vehicles for depreciation. They have the highest depreciation in 5 years. What's interesting is you looked at our truck list, and Ford was on top of that as well. So the Lincoln Navigator L is a common livery vehicle like the GMC Yukon XL, so that really hurts its depreciation. And the MKT, Fong Lei says that although it is abundance of cargo space, the Lincoln MKT has drawn criticism for its styling, so its low resale value is likely due to buyers favoring other vehicles in the highly competitive midsize SUV segment. So there you go. There are the top 10 worst or the highest depreciating SUVs, the ones that you want to avoid. So don't buy these. Pretty simple. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found that informational. And like I said, if you're looking for more of this kind of stuff, I have some playlists I'm going to build that are going to share depreciation, reliability, that kind of stuff. So if that's what you're interested in, make sure you find those playlists below or on our homepage. Again, click subscribe if you want to follow along on this information. Share it with your buddies. If you want more Pickup Truck Plus SUV news, including this charts, I have them on pickuptrucktalk.com. Those 3 words, Pickup Truck Talk. You can go to the website. You can find this story on depreciation. And I'll put the link down below as well in the comments. Also, find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Pickup Truck Talk, 3 words, work there again. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.